Hello students, I hope all of you are enjoying your online classes and taking the best of it. Today we'll start the class with an exciting experiment. Here I have a bulb that can change its color. To start the activity, let us switch off all the lights in the room. You can see the bulb changing its color. With this magic bulb, we are going to do our activity. Here, in today's activity, let us see different colored objects in different colors of light. I have red objects, green objects, blue objects and a black object. We will see the objects in different colors of the light. Let us see what happens. Let us see the objects in red light. What happens? I can very clearly see the red object, but rest of the objects are appearing to be black. In green light, I am able to see the green color, but red color, blue color and black, all the three are appearing to be blackish in color. Why is this so? We'll find out the answer. Now let us see the things in blue light. In blue light, the blue color objects are visible very clearly, but the green color, the red color objects are appearing to be blackish in color, and black is already black. In white light, all the objects are visible very clearly. Red color objects appear to be red, green appear to be green, blue appear to be blue and black as usual is black. How are we able to see these colors? This is because these red objects are giving me red light. Green objects are giving me green light. Blue objects are sending blue light into my eyes. And black, this object is not sending any light into my eyes. Again, don't you think that this bulb has red color light, green color light, blue color light? Only because of this red objects are receiving white light, and out of that white light it is giving me only red light, and these green objects are reflecting only the green light, and the blue objects are reflecting blue light. All the rest of the colors are being absorbed by the object. For example, the red color object absorbs the green color, the blue color, and is able to reflect only the red light into my eyes. The green color object is able to reflect only the green color into my eyes, and the blue color object is able to reflect only the blue color into my eyes, and the black reflects neither. It keeps all the light falling on it. It does not reflect back any light into my eyes. That is why it appears to be black in color. So what is the conclusion we draw from this activity? We see so many colors. We see red roses, pink roses, we see yellow roses, we see the rainbow colors, we see green leaves blooming all around. We see so many colors in the nature. Where does these colors come from? Are they receiving the colors because they are reflecting the same color into our eyes? In the activity we saw, we see the color of the object that it is able to reflect. It means that the objects are receiving so many colors, and out of those so many colors, they are able to reflect the color which they have, and we are able to see that color in the object. Where do the objects get so many different colored lights? The obvious answer is, of course, the sunlight. Then does it mean that sunlight has different colors, so many different colors? Yes, my dear students, sunlight is not made up of a single color, but it is made up of so many different colors. We'll perform another activity to prove this. Here to show that the sunlight is made up of 7 different colors, we are going to perform another activity. To perform this activity, I have an object, transparent object. This is known as a prism. With the help of this prism, we are going to see the spectacular colors of the sunlight. Here, sunlight is falling in this prism from this side and it is getting refracted. After the refraction, it is coming out from this surface and we can clearly see the different colors on this side. Where have these colors come from? Of course, they have come from the sunlight. This prism has the ability to separate all the different colors present in the polychromatic light. So the sunlight is also known as polychromatic light. This prism is able to separate all the different colors present in the sunlight. Again, this is a proof that sunlight is made up of 7 different colors. We can learn these colors with an acronym VIBGYOR. Near the base, there is violet color. Violet, green, yellow, orange and red. We can see all the 7 colors in this band of light. This band of 7 colors is known as spectrum. Phenomena of splitting of ray of a white light into its constituent colors is called dispersion of light, and the band of colors formed because of the dispersion of light is known as the spectrum. Here you can see the spectrum of 7 colors. These are violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. Let us see how does the dispersion in a prism occurs. Here in this diagram you can see a white light is entering a prism, and when it enters on this surface, it slightly bends towards the normal because the light is entering from a rarer medium to a denser medium. While bending, the violet color bends the most and the red light bends the least because the red light is refracted the least and the violet light is refracted the most. After leaving the prism, again refraction occurs, and now the light is entering from a denser medium to a rarer medium. What will happen now? It will bend away from the normal. So the violet and the red light again diffracts and comes out in the form of a spectrum. What causes the dispersion of light? The different colors in the spectrum of light have different wavelengths and frequencies. The bending of light depends upon its wavelength and frequency. The violet color, having the shortest wavelength and highest frequency, bends the most. The red, having the longest wavelength and lowest frequency, bends the least. So dispersion of white light occurs because different colors of light bend through different angles with respect to the incident ray as they pass through the prism. The red light bends the least and the violet bends the most. In a nutshell, we can summarize the causes of dispersion as number 1, when light passes through a prism, the different frequencies of light travel at different velocities. Because of refraction of different velocities, they make different angles of refraction, causing the light to travel in a slightly different directions. So, different colors of light bend through different angles with respect to the incident ray as they pass through a prism and thus get separated. Here is a spectacular example of dispersion of sunlight, that is the rainbow. How is the rainbow formed?
A rainbow is a natural spectrum which is caused by the dispersion of sunlight by tiny water droplets present in the atmosphere. After a rain shower, you can see a raindrop. White light from the sun enters the raindrop at point B and refraction takes place. The light is entering from a rarer medium into a denser medium. So it bends and disperses. When it strikes the point C inside the raindrop, another phenomena occurs that is known as the total internal reflection. And after this total internal reflection inside the raindrop, again, when it touches the point D of the raindrop, it refracts again and comes out in the form of a beautiful spectrum that is a rainbow. So due to dispersion and internal reflection, different colors refract at different angles and reach the observer as a rainbow. A rainbow is always formed in a direction opposite to that of the sun. This should be so dispersion of white light is nothing but the phenomena of splitting of a ray of white light into its constituent colors with the help of a prism. Sir Isaac Newton was the first to use a glass prism to obtain the spectrum of sunlight. He then placed a second prism, identical prism, in an inverted position with respect to the first prism and found a beam of white light emerging from the other side of the prism.
So, sunlight is a polychromatic light because it is made up of millions of colors. But in short, we learn the 7 Vibgyor colors in it. Is there any way in which you can again join the 7 colors into single color? If a prism can disperse the light into its 7 color, we can again join the spectrum, that is 7 colors, into a single color. How? Now if we place another prism in opposite direction, what we see? We see all the 7 constituent colors have again joined and this has emerged out as white light. 3. This process is called recombination of colors. Students, we have seen that with the help of 2 prisms placed in opposite directions, we can join the 7 Vibgyor colors into single white light. Now, is there any other way to join these 7 colors? Yes, we can join the 7 colors with the help of this Newton's color disc. This is Newton's color disc having 7 different colors: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. All the colors are different and I can view them separately because they are giving their own wavelengths into my eyes. What will happen? If all the colors travel at the same velocity, they get mixed up. Let's have a look. Here we can see all the colors are traveling with same velocity, therefore that they are getting mixed up and resulting into a single white light. So when all the colors travel at the same velocity, they mix together and appear as white light. But in a prism, when they enter a prism, their velocities differ. All of them start to travel with different velocities and thus they appear into separate colors. Students, let us see what happens to a monochromatic light when it passes through a prism. Now this is a prism and with the help of a laser light, I put incident light on this. This light is coming out from the other surface. Let us trace out the light where it is emerging out from. I am putting two small dots and I'll trace the light. We'll see it. But before that, students, can you see any color in this light? A single light is coming out, single colored light is coming out from this side. Why is this so? Because the laser light is made up of a single light. So the light after refraction does not disperse or separate out. It's giving out just a single light. You can see here. Okay, now trace the path. With the help of a scale, I join the two dots. This becomes the emergent ray. Now, when I join these two dots, one of the incident ray and the other of the emergent ray, this becomes our refracted ray. So, the light that was falling on this surface refracted inside the prism and came out as emergent ray on the other side. But the thing that has to be noted here is that a single light entered and a single light came out of the prism. There was no dispersion of light. So a monochromatic light does not disperse in the prism because it is made up of a single wavelength.
Now students, with the help of this figure, let us quickly revise the refraction of a monochromatic light through a prism. In this figure, we can see PQ is the incident light which falls on a prism ABC at the point E. When it enters the prism, it is bending towards the normal because it is entering a denser medium, a glass. Glass is denser than the air. Therefore, it bends towards the normal. And then here you can see is the normal. Again, when it reaches other end of the prism and strikes the point F, it gets refracted. Now it's bending away from the normal. Why? Because it is entering a rarer medium from a denser medium. So you can see the path followed by a monochromatic light in red color. Can you see? Yes. You have to remember some certain important points in this. First, if we extend the incident light PQ backward and also the emergent light RS backward, we see an angle D is formed over here. What is this angle D? This angle D is known as the angle of deviation. What does this show? This shows the angle by which the incident light PQ has deviated from its path, the degree. How many degrees has it deviated from its path? This is angle of deviation. In this, another important thing that you have to remember is that angle I, that is angle of incidence, is always equal to angle of emergence, that is angle E. Students, isn't it interesting to note that this light has not dispersed even though it has refracted? Why? Why hasn't it dispersed? Because it is a monochromatic light, a light that is made up of a single frequency, a single wavelength. So let us have quick Okay, thank you students. Try doing the activities by yourself and learning the concepts more clearly.